Hi, I'm
Hi,
Sarah
Sarah.
from the
Hello,
Upcoming. A real
Sarah.
pleasure to be able to speak to you today. Maybe you could just kick off with a brief introduction to this incredible new series, The Bastard Son and the Devil Himself. What can audiences expect? And tell us a bit about each of your characters.
Yeah. Do you
Perfect.
want go?
The
Sure.
Bastard Son and the Devil Himself is a darkly humorous, fun, romantic, at times very thrilling, at times very hilarious show about a boy called Nathan Byrne, who's the son of the most evil witch on the planet. And yeah, the first time you see Nathan, he's very lost and isolated and lonely. He lives with his gran, who he loves a lot, and his sister, who hates him for reasons of his evil father. His mum is no longer in the picture. He sadly lost her when he was young, and that leaves him with a lot of weight on his shoulders. In the witch community, he's very segregated, and the Fairborns especially hate him, and the Blood Witches are exiled, so he doesn't really have anyone that he connects with, which is a shame because he is a very funny man. He's very cheeky and he's very humorous and at times charming.
Yeah.
And then he goes on a journey to find out who he really is.
Exactly. And my character is Gabrielle, so it's a French blood witch who's an alchemist. So it's I make potions and powders, and I join Nathan and Annalise at some point in the story, episode 3 actually, and for all the quests of Nathan's, like the quest where he needs to find his family blood in order to survive and to have your power.
Yes.
That's it.
And of course, based on Sally Green's young adult novels, and Joe Barton had said that it was kind of a spiritual adaptation. So it was kind of built from the characters in that book and taken that world. But what's amazing about it is it's still it's got that fantastical element. But it's still very rooted in a kind of contemporary reality. So what was the appeal for each of you in jumping on board with the project?
Yeah, I think that was one of the specificity about the project. It was something about witch and powers and prophecy and things like that, but in really modern world and with like guns and this. I think this all, yeah, this so mixed this
Comes together.
yeah, it comes together in a really specific way that is very unique to the show, and I think like people could. I think I hope that people are really gonna like that as much as we like to be in this world, like working in it and being those characters.
Exactly. I think like the magic element is really fun. Like we're big fans of fantasy shows, but I think what makes us different to every other fantasy show is that it's very modern, it's very human, and it's characters that you can relate to.
And of course, like you mentioned, it's got humor in it, but it is also quite gritty and dark, and there is violence. I mean, what were some of maybe the challenging moments and some of the scenes you had to do on set, and what was also some of the highlights?
Yeah, I think Jay's had some really
Yeah.
angry scene where he had to go. You had to go really deep, no? Yeah.
A big old
saw your
scream, and
little
I
screaming
just remember
and
you
the
afterwards being like,
collapsing.
"Whoa."
He collapsed quite a few times.
Oh,
Also.
there's a lot of collapsing.
There's a lot of collapsing.
No,
but-
that's the thing. It's like what I've been saying. There honestly was just blood, sweat, and tears. I still got a scar on my arm from what I did on the show, and it's what we really, it's what we really went for, man. And I think Scotland was really hard, but I think that's where Nathan was in the story. Episode 2 with all those press ups and all that fighting and. It was mentally exhausting, but hopefully, we've seen it. It's really fun. It's also really fun in a strange way.
All this blood or like kind of the gore, like
the goriness.
The goriness of it. It's ends up like in a funny way also. So it's like it's very playful, I think.
And ultimately, what do you hope people take away from watching it? Because I guess, like all of these brilliant sort of series, it's got like a really amazing entertainment factor, but then it also does, delve into other themes and issues and coming of age and looking for your identity. The fact that he's searching for his father, and how you sort of the campy cycles of, do you inherit stuff from your parents? Can you set your own path? So what do you think the takeaways might be?
I feel like personally for me, with Nathan, I think it's a really great story about a teenager that finds confidence, and I just hope that, especially with all the young teens that are going to watch it, they can take that from it. It's like, this is a boy that has nothing. People have degraded him and made him feel so tiny. And, he goes on a journey where he meets really beautiful people and people that take him out of his shell. And I think that's what I love about Nathan, and the confidence that he builds by the end of the journey.
And also like the travel where your character ends up meeting like my character, for example, that I can open up a bit your world or your about different way of seeing your life, like the world, your sexuality, and all of the things.
Yeah,
it's kind of
I think I'm out of time. Thank you so much for sharing all that with me, and I can't wait for everyone else to get stuck into this amazing show. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.